Hello, this is going to be a super quick review over what you guys learned yesterday with the coordinate plane. And since I'm not there, I just wanted to do a quick review so that you can remember how to do it. So when you do your mystery picture today, you're not confused. So remember, when you see an ordered pair, you always go on the x-axis first. So it's x, comma, y. And you can see right here, this is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. So if you ever forget, they're listed on there. So for A, we have -5 and +4. So you start at 0 every single time. So we're going to start at the middle every time. And then that -5 is the x. And so we have to decide, are we going to go to the left 5 or are we going to go to the right 5? Well, since it's a -5, that means we go to the left 5. So we'd be right here. And then we have to go up 4. So I go up 4, and I plot my point right there, and I would label it A. Okay. So we went to the left 5, and we went up 4. And remember, that is quadrant 2. Okay. And it is Roman numeral, so that's why I write it like that. So we're done with A. So point B is +2, +6. So I want you to think, before you even plot it, what quadrant is that one going to be in? Okay, both numbers are positive, so it's going to be in quadrant 1, and we're starting at 0. Since it's a +2, we're going to go to the right 2, and since it's a +6, we go up 6. So it would go at 2, 6, right there, label it B. So then on C, it's -3, -1. So I start at 0, I go to the left 3, and then I go down 1. So it would be right there, and that's C. Now, what quadrant is that one? Well, the top right was 1, top left, was 2, so that makes this one quadrant 3. And then D is 1, -5. So you start at 0. The 1 is the x-axis, so we got to say, do we go to the left one or do we go to the right one? Since it's a +1, we go to the right one. And then since it's a -5, we go down 5. Should be right there, and we'll label it D. Okay. I want you guys to try the next few on your own. If you're feeling really good about it, do all 4 of the next ones. Oh, hold on, I forgot. That's quadrant 4. Okay, if it's a positive and a negative, that's quadrant 4. Okay, try the next 4 on your own if you're feeling really comfortable with it. If you're not, try the next 1 or 2 and see how you're doing from there. Okay, so pause the video, and then you can fast forward to see if you got the correct answer. So on E, it's -1, +2. So I start at 0. I'm going to go to the left 1 to -1, and then I'm going to go up to a +2. Should be right there. And label it E. F is +2, -3. So start at 0. We have +2, so we got to find +2 on the x-axis, which means we go to the right 2, and then you go down 3. And you find -3 on the y-axis, and that would be point F. Point G, so start at 0, and we're looking for -4, 0. So we're going to go to the left, -4, and then we're just going to stay there. We're not going to go up or down because our y is 0. So that would be G. And then our last one is H, and that's 0 and +5. So start at 0. Now our x is 0, so we don't move right or left at all. We stay there, and then we got to find +5 on the y-axis. So we go up to +5. And that is H. So hopefully that gave you a good review from last class. Now, the next thing you're going to do, I do want you to finish your iExcel if you haven't done that, if you haven't finished that from yesterday. But then you're going to do your mystery picture. So the mystery picture, there's 4 of them on Canvas. You can choose which one you want to do. They're all under coordinate plane mystery pick. So there's 4 of them. You can choose which one you want to do. All of them look similar. They just have different pictures when you're finished with it. So this first page that I picked is the coordinate plane, and the second page is the ordered pairs. So if you look, this says first line. Since they're all in a line, that means I have to connect them as I go. So my first one is +2, +14. So I go to 0, or start at 0. I go to the right 2, so I'd be here, and then I go up to 14. And I'll erase my other dot on the 2, so I don't need it. Okay, so that's my first one. Then I go to +4, +13. So I go to the right 4, and I go up 13. Now, since they're all in a line, I need to connect them. So I draw a straight line from one to the other. My next point is 5, +12. So go to the right 5, up 12, and I connect that one. So you keep connecting as you go. So in this first line, I would connect every single one of these. And then once I do this, once I am done with those, I do the second line, and I don't connect this one to that one. Once I start a new line, I don't connect those to the first line. So like on the second line, I would go to 0, 0, put a dot, and then I'd go to 1, 1, and I would connect those, but they don't connect to the first line. Okay? So hopefully that helps. If you if you're like halfway done with your picture and you're like, all these lines are messed up, it doesn't look like a picture, then you probably did something wrong. Okay, so ask your partners some questions. You're not working on this with partners, but you can ask your table mates if you're struggling with something. And you can always, as always, email me if you have questions. But the IXL is due tomorrow. Mystery picture is due on Thursday.